Hey yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Juice Savvy Reacts.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Let's get right into it. Y'all see the title. Asking Miami moguls how they got rich. School of Hard Knocks. Let's get into it.
Florida, a city that's becoming the most powerful money hub in all of America. Old money to new money, millionaires to billionaires. Everyone says Miami is the land of opportunity. So I came to Miami to meet the people running the city and figure out how they actually built their wealth. In this video, I'm meeting everyone from the Wolf of Wall Street to the owner of a $100 million compound to understand how real wealth is actually built in today's world. How did you get rich? How did you get rich? I grew some of the 20 million followers. I'm not rich.
My boy be spawn camping. Like, how does he know where these millionaires are gonna be?
Excuse me, sir. I had a question for you. Yeah. How did you get rich? What's that? Hey, no,
How does he know?
I grew some of the 20 million. Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
What makes you think I'm a millionaire?
Man, I've been interviewed over 40 billion in the last 4 years. I grew some of the 21 million followers.
Let me help with in if they want to know how you became a millionaire.
I'm not a millionaire.
It's a billionaire.
Wow.
Can I just ask one question,
Okay.
sir? If you had one advice to the younger generation of entrepreneurs,
give one
try-
just
I don't want to be a
And look at the girls he's with. What the heck?
I'm not going to be Phil.
Wait, Dad, can you just
That's
give
all
one
Dad,
piece of
okay.
advice
No,
to
I
the
don't
younger
wanna-
generation on
no.
how to be successful?
No.
Guys,
You know how
if
I
you can
became
give
successful?
the youth
By
one
doing
piece
what
of
I want to
advice.
do, and this is not what I want to do.
All right, you guys, look, as you can see, man, I tried, man. I tried
Tough.
to fight for that interview right there. And shout out to his daughter, the ladies that he was with, man. They tried to get him to stop gatekeeping and give some game. If only that billionaire knew how impactful his advice could have been for the younger generation. But look, I'm not gonna let that discourage me. I don't care how many no's I
What I noticed, a lot of billionaires and people who really got money, they don't dress like it. And that must be how he knows like who to approach, right? Probably the older guys, the guys who wear it on them want to look like the part, right? That's what people will be saying, you know. And I'm one of those people, like, when I get money, bro, I want to make sure that nobody knows. Like, you know how that saying goes where they said, um, when you get rich, there will be signs. Yeah, that's not gonna be me, bro. Because, bro, when you attract that type of attention, people change, people around you change, family changes. There's so much. And like, I'm starting to see some of that now. Like, I've been leveling up financially, and I've been very grateful. And you know, I don't see it to the extent yet, but I know that, you know, the more I go up, the more, you know, I'm going to see it. So yeah, definitely, it's important to not look like you got money, because that can attract the wrong type of attention.
get in this video, look, every no is a step closer to yes. So I'm not gonna stop until I go find the real millionaires and billionaires that live out here in Miami, you guys. Come on. All right, you guys,
Let's get
look,
that
we're in
game.
the design district right now. There's more supercars here than anywhere else in the world, and maybe other than like Dubai. But anyways, look, we got a Rolls Royce that's backing him right now to the valet. We're gonna go up and try to interview them, figure out how they got Rolls Royce rich out here in Miami, you guys. Come on. Excuse me, sir.
This
Excuse
guy
me, sir.
bold. I
Sir,
like it.
Is this your Rolls Royce?
Yeah.
And how did you get rich?
1 minute. 1 minute, guys. Okay, sure. Thank you,
Sir,
baby.
how did you get rich?
Sold a business. I worked at a business, was super successful, and then sold it.
How much did you sell your, real quick, sir? IDV billionaires all over the world. How much did you sell your company for?
Well, I sold it twice. The first time I sold it for over 100 million. And the second time I sold it, took on new partners, took on a big management system, and we sold it again for over 400 million.
$400 million.
Yeah.
Could I interview you for a minute real quick?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
What type of company did you sell?
It was a food distribution business. I bought it for 300,000. Very small, few employees, but you know, I built a great team around me.
That's a great business. Food distribution, that's a very good business. Let's listen to what you
Smartest
guys say.
guys out there, hardest working, super loyal.
So you bought the company.
Yeah, small little business.
For-
300,000.
So you turned $300,000 into $400 million.
Yeah.
When you say food distribution, who are your customers? Who are you selling to?
Every restaurant you go to was my client. Everyone.
Everyone needs food.
Everyone. There's
So
not a
smart.
restaurant that we didn't serve.
How in
Yeah.
the world did you get access to these types of clients paying you millions of dollars?
Having the right products, having the best buying team, the best procurement team available, and also having great sales side. We had a wonderful sales force out there on the street and hitting all the restaurants. Had a great product, competitive pricing, great service. Service was a big factor in our business. And then to make a long story short, it all worked out wonderfully.
You're part of the top 1%. I'm going to challenge you right now. Where do the richest people in the world put their money?
If you have real estate, you can never really go broke.
Actually,
It's a sleeper. I bought a piece of real estate for $5 million back in 2013. Very little cash. I'm going to say 15%, so maybe $800,000. And that building today is probably worth $25-30 million.
are you serious?
Yeah, cost base on that is very low.
How much real estate do you own today?
Over 100.
$100 million?
Yeah.
Not 100,000.
Not 100,000.
$100 million.
That's the thing with rich people, like with people who have a different mindset, when they spend their money, they spend it on things that will make them more money. And that's something that I'm learning now. Like now that I'm getting more money and I'm blessed and fortunate to be getting, more money, the things I put my money into now aren't always BS. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an expert, but now I put my money into things like, for example, I bought this mic for my channel, right? This is my second channel. Some of you may know me from my other channel, but yeah, I got this mic. This is an investment, and I've already made the money back for it since purchasing it. And I bought this mic maybe almost a little over 9 or 10 days ago. So just keep that in perspective. So when rich people spend their money, most of the time they're spending on things that's going to make them more money long term. Real estate is a great tool to make money. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I kind of watch these videos to help me learn and also to, talk about what I am doing, right? So just to help the audience, right? This is a small channel. I don't expect any big crazy numbers right now, but we're gonna come in, man. So
Yeah.
But you can't pull the cash out of the real estate unless you sell it, though.
No, you can refinance it, and that's tax-free.
So break down, what do you mean by
If
refinance?
you and I bought this building across the street for $2 million, and it appreciated over a period of the next 5-6 years to $8 million, and there was a $6 million equity piece in here, and assuming the $2 million was all debt, you would be able to leverage that building and take out the money tax-free.
They got a couple $1 million.
Yeah, you take out a lot more than that.
Hey, and then go buy some more real estate.
Well, that's exactly the play. That's the real estate game.
You've sold companies for hundreds of millions of dollars. You got to know a thing or two about negotiation. What's your best negotiation advice right here?
The most important thing about negotiation, the deal has to work for both of you. If it works for just yourself, it won't last. If it works for them only, you're wasting your own time.
So it's got to be win-win business.
It's got to be win-win, always win-win.
When people try to sell a company, like
Yeah.
you did for hundreds of millions of dollars, what's the number one mistake they make?
They didn't structure it correctly. They didn't create enough of a platform where they've implemented the right process and procedures for them to obtain the highest valuation possible.
How important was the entity structure? When you started your companies, did you have an LLC? Like, did you structure your
Oh, yeah,
company?
absolutely.
How important was that?
It's very important, but that's like getting dressed in the morning. That has to be done.
you
What
gotta
company
do
did you
that.
go to
That's
to
like
start
the first thing you do. Basically, you get that LLC. Yeah.
LLC and S Corp.
You can basically do that online yourself. I had good accountants to do it for me, but you can do that yourself.
I had a billionaire tell me one time that the reason why people
And I don't know about in other states, but to start your LLC in Michigan, where I'm from, it's like $50, and you can go online and do it. They give you a form to fill out. I think you go to the Secretary of State. So it might be the same in your area. You go to the Secretary of State and you fill up like a 2-page, 3-page form out with your business name, whether you're going to be a sole proprietor or, partnership, whatever. And there's like a few other documents where you're going to be operating out of, a few other things you got to do. And that's it. You send it in, you pay for like $50 and you got an LLC in your name or in your business name, right? It's that simple. So yeah, I think that's definitely the first step though. And it's so simple.
selling businesses because they don't set themselves up for success from the beginning. They don't have the foundation there.
Correct.
So there's a company that I've used for all of my companies to start my businesses,
Yeah.
all my LLCs.
Yeah.
It's called Busy, and it enables you to set your business up to turn the idea into a business in just 10 minutes.
Sure.
It doesn't take months. It doesn't
Is
take
the
days
ad
like everybody
coming?
thinks
No.
it does.
Takes hours, yeah. Takes possibly 10 minutes,
get
yeah.
that.
So that next company that you start, we're gonna have you go through Busy.
Absolutely. Let's do it. I'll be setting up a new LLC shortly.
You bought a company for $300,000, turned it into $400 million. Do you think somebody should start or buy a business in today's world? Start. Why?
Because I'm
you bought a business, man. And you flipped it.
I didn't buy income. I bought access to the industry. I bought access to key employees.
That's game right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you buy businesses when you need access. You build businesses when you have the tools.
You got amazing advice, my friend.
All right, my man.
Thank
Listen.
you so much for your time. Hey, I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Absolutely.
Is that cool?
Absolutely.
Guys, we just interviewed an entrepreneur
Great.
that sold his company for $400 million. Man, Miami is crazy, you guys. That's why we're out here. And what did he say? Even after that 9-figure exit, he's already getting ready to start that next LLC. And that's what the most successful
I love hearing billionaires and millionaires talk about money. Like, if you just notice, like, it's just a different way they talk about it. Like, they just know a lot of stuff. And that's why it's like beneficial to learn and be around people who are like-minded, because say you don't know millionaires, but you know people who know people, right? Or you know people who are trying to get there. You guys can talk money. Sometimes just talking about money can make you more money savvy. You get in the mind state. You start to get in the vibration. You start to align yourself with more money when you're talking money with people who are on the same thing. So yeah, there's power in networking and knowing people, right? That's essentially how this guy started out. I don't know if he came for money, but I know he started this channel just walking up to people in the street, and it blew up, which obviously took him off financially, but now he's connected to all these big billionaires and millionaires. I'm sure they talk money all the time with him. I mean, this kid is crazy, bro. Like,
That's
this
what
is insane.
entrepreneurs understand. By starting that LLC, every idea they have can become a real business fast. And I told him the same thing that I tell everyone. Look, I've observed the most successful entrepreneurs, they all use busy to start their companies. Because here's the truth. People think setting up a business is this long, complicated into a real company this week. And with that being said, let's go get this next interview. Guys, right now, I'm on the way to go meet and interview my 41st billionaire that I've ever interviewed since I started the School of Hard Knocks. And it's my first ever Cuban billionaire that I'm gonna be featuring on this channel. This is a guy that built his wealth, building one of the biggest law firms in America, in technology, and healthcare, and a whole bunch of different industries. And I'm not just gonna be interviewing him anywhere. I'm gonna be interviewing him at his, I don't even wanna call it an estate, but a compound. A $175 million house that he owns is where we're headed right now to go interview the man, John Ruiz, the 41st billionaire in Hard Knocks history. Let's go see what he has to say. How you doing, sir? All right, perfect. All right, you guys, we are in, and we are right now in just a couple seconds going to be approaching the house of billionaire John Ruiz out here in Miami, Florida. All right, we're going to be interviewing him, like I said, guys, at his $175 million house, guys. Look, I've been to $1 million houses, $10 million houses. We're talking $175 million houses. This is about to be insane.
Insane. 100, bro. Imagine 175 mil, bro. In a house. That's nuts. Like, I don't even know if I've seen a house that
Guys,
crazy.
we just got
It's
to
a
the house out
compound.
here. Like I said, this is not a $10 million house, a $175 million house that we're about to go into and see, you guys. Come on.
Let's see this, bro.
Hello. How? I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Who's this?
Doing great.
We're here for John.
You ready to interview a billionaire?
Yes, yes. This is our 41st one. We were just talking about. So
You're beating records.
yeah, thank you for having us
Man.
out.
It's a pretty big house.
He's gonna be coming out here.
He's gonna be coming out.
How you doing, sir?
How are you?
Good, man. It's great to meet you, John.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having us out, man.
Welcome, welcome.
We were letting them know, man. You know that you were the 41st billionaire that I've interviewed on this channel.
Is it? Okay. Well,
Yes, sir.
I'm happy you're a young guy and doing what you're doing.
Thank
It's
you,
great,
sir.
great work.
Can we check out the spot?
Absolutely.
So how long has this been home for?
I've been here about 6 years.
6 years.
I bought it and then I've done a lot of improvements to it.
For sure. First
So,
of all, growing up,
gorgeous
did you have
house.
any
Oh my
idea? I
gosh.
mean, I've never seen a
It looks like a palace. Like, what?
walkway like this in my entire life. Did you have any idea
Holy
growing up that
crap.
this was going to be possible? man?
No, you don't think about it, but you know, this country's amazing. You know, my dad was homeless. Came from Cuba with 5 kids, and I was the first one to ever go to college and much less higher education. So I went to law school.
So you didn't come from money.
No, I came from nothing. Literally started with a $800 credit card debt that my dad had given me with a Discover credit card, and that's how I started back then. Got out of law school, went straight to open up my own firm, and I didn't have money to pay rent, so I gave hours of work instead of the rent.
So back then, you did trade some time for money.
Oh, absolutely.
Can we check out more
for
of the
sure.
spot?
Let's go
man?
do it.
Let's go check out.
That's like, sometimes people have to do that route to stay down till you come up, right? Like, a lot of us think like we're supposed to work our job and come home and that's it, and we gonna get money, or we're gonna be good. Some people are comfortable living that life, but honestly, what I'm seeing, what it takes is you have to work that job and then come home and work that hustle until the hustle takes off, or that business or that company takes off. you know, but you got to start somewhere. You need money in your pocket to sustain yourself until it does. Most people don't have the discipline, the consistency it takes to work a job and work a, let's call it a main thing, because you want it to be the main thing. You don't want to work a job forever if you have an entrepreneur mind. So you work the main thing after you work the job, right? And that's how it should look. And you should do it at least 6 days a week at minimum. You should be working. I would say every day, depending on how bad you want it. But that's the formula. You got to be relentless. You got to be crazy about whatever you need, whatever you want out of life, because you can come from nothing and still, come up. It's just about staying down, right? And I ain't no expert. I ain't rich, right? I'm still learning about money, but I feel like I'm starting to understand slowly the more and more I put this stuff into practice and I watch these videos and I actually take action, right, with my finances. So, yeah, let's keep going.
Backyard, shall we?
Let's go do it.
Let's do it, my man.
Let's
What
do
would
it.
you say is the total valuation of this house?
This is right now the most expensive neighborhood in the United States. The home's out at about 175 million right now. I bought it for 46 million, and I've invested probably about another 20 into it. That alone is a big accomplishment, at least for me, because I was born in the United States, the only one of the 5 kids. Little by little, you start learning. Here's what I can tell people: it takes the same effort to make $1 than it does to make 100 million. It is. It's the same thing, because the rules
Interesting
are the
mindset.
same, the laws are the same. It's just a bigger platform. But sometimes it's easier because the people that you're dealing with are at that level already, and they understand,
And they move like that.
and they move quick, and they know what they want to do, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's what I was.
Bro, millionaires and billionaires have $1 million deals through text message. Do your homework. I'm
Things
telling
you
you.
learn with time, that you don't really have to reinvent the wheel. You just got to do what you do. Now, innovation
Time
is
is
different,
money.
because to me that is sort of trying to create a new wheel.
Let's check out the backyard, my man. Now, John, I got one last rule for all my interviews. There's no holding back. We're going to give the younger generation the blueprint on how to become not a millionaire, but a billionaire in today's world. Can we make that happen?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Do you think everybody's built for entrepreneurship?
No.
It takes a lot of dedication, hard work, and a lot of sacrifice.
Did you sacrifice a lot?
I still do.
You still do.
I still do.
How old are you?
59.
Do you sleep a lot?
No, I sleep 3.5, 4 hours a night at most.
You're not. Are you serious?
I'm serious. I really sleep 2 hours solid. 2 solid hours.
You can function, right?
And I can function right. Man, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything that's toxic to my body.
That's the key right there. That's the key. Health, especially at that age, you have to, and it starts now. The younger you are, this is something I talk about on my other channel a lot, but being physically fit and keep taking care of yourself when you're young, especially, and having good habits will help you live and keep going longer at an older age. Guys be 30 something talking about they tired and they got knee pains. Bro, get in the gym, stop drinking alcohol and going to eat tacos every other day, Stop eating fast food. You know what I'm saying? Health is so important, especially if you're gonna sleep is a really important thing as well. Sleep is very important. But if you're definitely not gonna be, if you're grinding, you're working those long hours, the best way you're gonna be able to keep going is if you're in good health. I'm telling you right now, you can try to pound the energy drinks. That's not gonna work, bro. If you're in good health, meaning you're in shape, you work out, you'll find that you can focus better. You'll be able to keep going. You'll have more energy. You won't be as tired. Your body is fortified. You'll be able to kind of keep that pace up. But like I said, if you have horrible habits, it's not gonna do you any justice, and you're getting bad sleep. So, yeah, sleep is very important for your health.
Body. I try to work out, train, I eat well. One of the most important things that people
All
need
that.
to understand is you have to be available. If you're not an available person, that people call you and you don't respond, and it's not going to work. I always respond to everybody. You text message me, I'm responding to you. The emails are a little different because there's so many of them. I get over 1,000 something emails a day. So you monitor. I tell somebody, you want to get to me? There's not one text message that I don't. By the time that I go to sleep or I wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, I'm responding to everybody's text message.
So being busy is not a flex.
No. No,
It's not.
no, it's not. It's just not.
So let me ask you this. Among yourself and all the billionaires that you know, what do they all have in common?
You got to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And don't listen to the noise. Every single time I've had a business that's been successful, everybody told me it wasn't going to work. Everybody.
Why didn't you listen to them?
Because I listened to myself. If you don't believe in
Facts.
yourself, then nobody else is going to believe in you.
There's a saying that money is the root of all evil. Do you think that money changes people or just amplifies who you already are?
I think a lot of times it changes people because it goes to their head.
Did you ever let it go to your head?
Never.
Why
Never.
not?
Because to me,
I think money changes you. It changes people around you. I feel like it changes people around you, and it could change you. Money's just an amplifier of who you are and what you already have. So that, to me, if you are already a bad person, or you know, that person was stuck in there hiding somewhere buried, it's just gonna be more of that. You know, it's just an amplifier. So.
money comes and goes. And I learned that. I've had a lot, I've had a little, I've had to struggle. I still remember when I first got married, I didn't have $10 to go to McDonald's. Money's not that important to me. And by the way, you know why? Because I can go sell lemons in the corner and I'm going to make more money than anybody else because I have the drive and I know how to do it and I have the vision. I could lose everything tomorrow and probably in a year or two I'll be back.
What's the biggest misconception people have about really wealthy people?
I think if you really divide society into three, you have the people that are doers, and I find myself as somebody like that. I'm not going to criticize a Jeff Bezos, an Elon Musk, a John Morgan. Why am I going to criticize them? But there's people that focus on criticizing the people that do 90% for your community or society that are helping the masses. They don't do anything. Those people that criticize, they just criticize to be evil, and they talk bad about the people, and most of the time they don't even know them. They don't even know who they are as a human being.
Why are you hating?
Why are you hating?
Why are you hating?
Because it's envy, and that's the two worst letters in the alphabet are the N and the V, and you put them together, it's envy.
But you don't worry about them. You don't worry about their opinion.
No, I do. At first, when I was younger, I did, but now I realize, like, these people don't pay my bills, they don't do anything, and at the end of the day,
Nobody else's thoughts ever paid my bills.
never pay your bills.
Now I'm going to challenge you right now. Take me back to the most life-changing conversation you ever had. What is the greatest piece of advice you received throughout your career?
My dad, there's no bad business with a good man. There's no good business with a bad man. You'll never fail.
Have you ever been over in business?
A million times.
Yeah.
But I harder.
There's no mercy for the
Hey,
competition.
No, I don't sleep, and I will. You'll pay.
How old are you now?
59.
Are you a good negotiator?
I won't say it, but my partner says I'm the best negotiator he's ever met.
So give me your best sales and negotiation advice as a billionaire for the entrepreneurs out there.
You gotta make the other person understand why what you have is valuable to them, not valuable to you. So when you make them understand that they need you and you don't need them, that's when you're gonna make the best deal.
Let me ask you this. If me and you died tomorrow and you had one last message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
It's not about how great you are one day. My dad taught me this. You got to do it every day. One day somebody will wake up and I want to conquer the world, and then the next day they don't do it. I wake up every day with the same goal in mind, which is to execute.
You got amazing advice, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, brother,
Appreciate
man. And I connect with all the billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, we just wrapped up with the billionaire John Ruiz at his $175 million compound out here in Miami, Florida. He just dropped so much game in that entire interview. But what did he say? It takes the same amount of stress, the same amount of effort to solve $1 problems as it does $10,000 problems, as it does $1 million problems and $1 billion problems. Solve rich people problems and you'll make way more money. Great interview out here in Miami. Let's go with this next one and keep this one rolling, you guys. Come on. Guys, the time has now come. We are right now on the way to go meet and interview the legend, the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, at his house out here in Miami.
Wow.
Jordan has one of the most iconic business stories of all time. Look, you've seen the movie. I've seen the movie. I don't know how many times. But look, this is a guy that's mastered the art of persuasion. This is a guy that's mastered sales and has become one of the most iconic stockbrokers in Wall Street history. So let's go interview the legend himself, Jordan Belfort. All right, you guys, look, we just got out of the car and we're walking up right now on Jordan Belfort's place. Look, I'm pretty sure we are on Star Island right now, which is one of the richest neighborhoods. Look, we were already in one earlier, on to the next, man. Proximity is power. The more hands you
Yes,
shake, the more money you
sir.
make. Let's go meet the legend, Jordan, right now.
God.
Come on. Here we go. Let's go. All right, you guys, we just got into the gate. We are at Jordan Belfort's house right now, and we are going to be interviewing him any second now, you guys. Come on. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. How you doing, Jordan? Nice to meet you, sir. James Dumoulin.
How old are you, by the way?
23 years old.
Okay, you're
Hey, I have one rule for all the interviews, though.
What's that?
There's no holding back.
Yeah.
We're going to give them the blueprint on what it really takes to make it in today's world.
Yeah.
Can we make that happen?
I never hold back.
Let's
so.
go. Who am I here with today?
Jordan Belfort,
The Wolf of Wall Street.
the Wolf himself, yeah.
What was the most amount of money you made in a single day?
In a single day, in cash, 23 million.
Holy crap.
In like 4 minutes.
What happened that day?
It's trading. I did an IPO. Yeah, I started a brokerage firm when I was very young and made a ton of money. And, the story's pretty public.
You're very renowned for your sales prowess.
Right.
You mastered the art of persuasion, but you are an excellent recruiter. What did you learn about recruiting that you give to an entrepreneur building a company in today's world?
One of the mistakes people make, they say, well, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a salesperson, but every entrepreneur needs to be a salesperson. Bottom line, right? It's not just selling a product. You're selling a vision for the future. You want to have great employees. You want to have great people that buy into your vision, right? Well, you have to communicate that vision to them in a way that connects them emotionally, moves them, makes them want to take action. Without that, very difficult. You're going to be then just recruiting strictly for money and try to overpay people. They're not really committed emotionally. They don't believe in what you're doing. When someone truly believes in accomplishing a mission, a vision, they will break through walls, work twice as hard. But if you can communicate that to people in a way that moves them, well, then guess what? The vision's a 10, and after you're done explaining it, they're like, well, that kind of sucks. So that's where persuasion comes in communication.
Do you think everybody's built for entrepreneurship?
Here's what I would say, right? I don't think there's a built for or not built for. Really, it comes down to your desire. What do you want out of life? I don't think everyone has to be an entrepreneur. Like
Yeah. Before he gets into that, some people don't want to be entrepreneurs. Some people, their dream isn't to be that, and that's okay. But it's like, if you have dreams, bigger dreams, but you're not taking action, that's where the issue is, like, with yourself, and that's where you have to look. But if you're happy with working a job, or you're happy with a certain career you're in and doing it for a long time, you love it, that's perfectly fine. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's your dream, if that's your, like, American dream, then that's great. So, but it's like, some people want more, but don't really want to put in the real work, especially the ones who talk like they're doing it. They're not really working, though, So
you're happy, and what makes you content is something completely different from that, and you're really not in money. You don't, measure money, and you don't value it in that way. And that's okay. I think the problem is when you really do value money, and you want great things, and you want to live a life where you can have what you want, when you want, as much as you want, with whomever you want, all that sort of stuff, right? But you then don't connect it up with actually being an entrepreneur, and you think you're going to get there by working for a paycheck. Well, that's very difficult. So it's like not for everybody, but I think for anyone that really wants to live a life of abundance, it's very difficult to do that with a paycheck.
What is the best financial advice that you would give to the younger generation?
The biggest challenge of making money is finding yourself getting to that spot where you actually have a formula to make money. Then it comes in hard and fast. I think what people often mistake with getting rich, I say the only way to get rich is quickly. I don't mean through a get-rich-quick scheme. It's the hard work that you put in. Like, there's certain elements you have to line up in a business. Often you start something, you think you got a great plan, looks great on paper, never works the first time. It's about pivoting and then trying things, and suddenly that last piece of the puzzle comes into place, and you soar. And then it's about literally making as much as you want.
How do you turn a no?
it's literally like, that's such a great explanation. You put your head down, you work, maybe for 3 years, 4 years. Everybody's timeline's different. And then it's just like one day, everything just changes and you just take off. Or one accomplishment leads to another, or one door opens, and then that door leads to another open door that's already been opened for you. It's just, this so funny how it's really called compound interest. And I talk about it like it's money, but compounding effect of you constantly grinding, putting in the work every single day towards your goals, until one day it's just like everything clicks. But it's about putting in the effort every day. Even at this level, you see that they are saying, I still work. I still, like, they probably love it. But it's like, if it's not in you, it might be challenging, If you don't love the grind, if you don't really truly love the process, then it's like nothing's worth really trying. Because most things take processes. A lot of things don't come quickly to everybody, right? Everybody's timeline looks differently. So
to a yes. Let's say that you're trying to get that deal closed and it's a no. What's your best advice to somebody trying to get over that objection and turn a no into a yes?
So I don't really think the job of a salesperson is to turn no into yes. No is typically no in a lot of things in life. You're a young guy, you gotta be careful. No means no, right?
Yeah.
But
No
in
means no.
sales, if someone says no, I'm not interested. I'll have
It's
a
just
great
not
day,
right now,
You know, I'm not interested
right?
in trying to take someone who doesn't want what I have or need what I have. The job of a real salesperson is to let me think about it and turn it into a yes. Let me call you back.
Okay.
Let me speak to my wife. Let me talk to my business partner. What great salespeople do is they take those and turn them into a yes.
There's a saying that money is the root of all evil. Do you think that money changes people, or does it just amplify the person who they already are?
Anyone who said the money is the root of all evil never had any money. That's why they say it, right? But I think for sure, I always say money is like alcohol. You know, it amplifies you. It doesn't change you. It's like you go into a bar, right? And, you know, someone that's a really nice person and they get a little drunk, they're the life of the party, right? Someone who's an angry, bitter person inside, when they get drunk, they're a royal
For that person.
Right, that's it. And money is the same way.
I'm going to challenge you. Take me back to the most life-changing conversation you ever had. What's the best advice that Jordan Belfort received in his life?
Good one would be, you know, when I first got sober, I had this phenomenal sponsor. And the first thing he said to me was, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it the present.
Do you have any regrets?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you know, I don't live in regrets. Of course, you know, people say, would you change? Of course, if I could change anyone I ever hurt in my life, I would unhurt them. But you can't live life like that. What you could do is you can live, learn, and be a better version of yourself every day, and I focus on that.
My last question for you. For my audience of 21 million followers, it's only right that I ask you this. Sell me this pen.
I never heard that before. This is a great one. So sell me this pen. What it really is, it's a test for salespeople, right? What typically salespeople will do that don't know how to sell is they'll just start selling you a pen. Oh my God, look at this pen, this black pen. This is the best pen out there, never runs out of ink. I mean, this is an unbelievable pen. What the right? It's a pen, right? The question though is, you know, how could I sell you a pen if I first don't know what you want? So the first thing I would do, I would reverse it. So tell me how long you've been in the market for a pen. Like, are you even looking for a pen? I don't waste my time trying to sell things to people that don't need them or want them.
Hey, you have amazing
That's
advice,
smart.
sir. Thank you for your time. And I connect with all the millionaires and billionaires I interview. Could I get your contact?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, that's a wrap on today's video. We just interviewed the legend, the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, out here in Miami. But I need you to stop right now, like and subscribe for amazing content I've got coming to this channel every single week. Guys, nobody is bringing you content like this. But let's go a step further. I want to give you direct access to my billionaire.
All right, I think that's the end of the video. I appreciate y'all watching. We out.